Arctic lakes remain one of the last untouched ecosystems on our planet. These wild and remote lakes support key habitats for millions of migrating birds, cold water refuges for highly valued fish species, and essential clean water and food resources to over 4 million people worldwide. However, global human impacts are rapidly expanding, and even the most remote corners of the planet are becoming increasingly threatened by climate change, long-range aerial contamination, and local development pressures. In the summer of 2019, our research team returned to the Mackenzie Delta region of Canada's Northwest Territories to investigate potential human impacts on Arctic fish. Over a period of 3 years, we have now collected data from 50 lakes, many of which had never been fished before. Here is what we found. Above all, climate change appears to be the greatest threat to Arctic fish. For example, cold water fish like lake trout may become stressed when water temperatures rise above 15 degrees Celsius, which is now being surpassed in many of our study lakes. Across the Arctic, other species that may be at risk to warming include Arctic char, whitefish, and salmon. Warming is also melting the frozen ground surrounding lakes, causing shoreline slumping and releasing sediment and nutrients into the water column. These changes have the ability to impact the entire food web, from microscopic plankton to fish. In some cases, permafrost melting can lead to even stranger effects, like the release of subsurface methane into lakes. Warmer and more nutrient-rich lakes can promote ecosystem shifts, amplifying harmful algal growth and lowering oxygen levels. As a consequence, small lakes that already have limited habitat for fish may become dead zones in the future. Other human impacts remain relatively low in the Mackenzie Delta. However, the region is now positioned for big future changes due to the opening of the Inuvik-Tuk Highway, Canada's first all-weather road connection to the Arctic Ocean. Now entering its third summer of use, this historic highway is already paving the way for increased tourism and development pressure in the Canadian Arctic. To help combat potential overfishing in newly accessible lakes, a proactive, community-based fishing plan has been created. As the Arctic continues to evolve, will important cold water fish species adapt or perish? We will be analyzing our field observations in the upcoming months to determine how Arctic fish may be impacted by future warming and land use changes. Stay tuned. This research would not have been possible without the generous support of Wildlife Conservation Society Canada's W. Garfield Weston Fellowship Program, which allowed us to substantially broaden our sampling program in both 2018 and 2019. We would also like to extend our deepest thanks to our other funders, the Aurora Research Institute, and to the local communities for welcoming us into their land.